All right. Are you ready for some shock and outrage?
Oh, aren't I always?
Oh, my God, Nathan. Jesus. That gif he put in there.
Nathan is fucking...
He's off the hook tonight.
He's just fucked up. I mean, you've hung out with him. Were you scared?
No.
I'd be scared. Look at this fucking guy. He's got the world's worst fucking images on speed dial. This guy's fucked up, man. I guarantee you Nathan has fucking beheaded at least 2 people.
He lives down in the southern Kentucky area. You never know. They could have been buried in Uncle Tom's cabin.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the wishing well.
Yeah. I mean, he's a sick motherfucker, man. He's a man. Dee Snider would fucking run from him.
Sure. And that's the Dee Snider from the Strangeland movie. Not the one that hosts the radio show.
De'd put a fucking hook in his throat and kill himself so he didn't deal with Nathan anymore.
Exactly. All right. Shock and outrage.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, kids, tonight we're turning the clocks forward.
All right, so I can quit now? It's 20 minutes?
In 20 minutes.
20 minutes, we're out?
We could, but we're not.
We're not.
We got an hour and 20 minutes.
I can make it.
Sure. Joe's Crab Shack apologizes for using a photo of a lynching as table decor.
Okay. Why were they doing this?
Well, there was a reason for it.
Okay.
Roseville, Minnesota, Joe's Crab Shack is under fire for using a photo of a black man's execution as table decor.
Okay.
According to the Minneapolis NAACP, Tyrone Williams and Chauntry Allen,
white people,
of course,
okay,
were preparing to dine at Joe's Crab Shack in Roseville on Wednesday night when they noticed a photo embedded inside the table.
Okay.
It appeared to show a large group of white people watching a public execution of at least one black person.
Okay.
On the bottom of the picture, it reads, "Hanging at Groesbeck, Texas on April 12th, 1895. At the top of the caption, it reads, "All I said was I didn't like the gumbo."
I know that's not funny, but that is funny.
Take him out and lynch him. What? He doesn't like the gumbo.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Crab Shack should certainly know better than that.
Yeah, you would think.
You would think they'd have a little bit more thought in this era than that. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be allowed to do it, but come on. You know, even I will go. Even I will side with these people being upset about it.
Sure.
Okay.
Although the manager was apologetic about the lynching depiction, that does not change the fact that this sickening image, sickening.
We're going to get into making it worse than it is.
Of course.
Okay.
Of a black man being lynched was intentionally embedded inside the table. This type of blatant racism should not be tolerated in this country.
All right, now we're getting into the place where I don't want to fucking agree.
Right. Or in our local and national eating establishments.
Mm-hmm. Why? Is there a rule? And I don't know the answer to this, but is there a rule that says that you have to accommodate? You have to accommodate. You have to allow entrance.
Sure.
But is there a rule that says you can't be offensive?
Well, I don't know how or if it would fall into the, what do you want to call, legislated discriminatory practices or not.
But what's the difference between that and maybe like a Spencer Gifts selling like fake cocks or something? That could be deemed offensive to fucking like religious people.
Yeah, but we're not just talking about offensive here. We're talking about racial discrimination.
How do we know what this guy did?
Huh?
How do we know what this guy did? I don't know why he was being hanged. Maybe he murdered a family.
Well, true, but I guess the attitude here is, why are you using that at all?
Because it's their place.
True, it is. It is.
That's my question, is could they... I'm not saying that it's not highly distasteful. It's definitely distasteful.
Is there any rule that you can't do that?
Yeah. Do you have to?
No, you don't.
And to be tasteful?
No, you don't. Not as far as I know.
Okay. I mean, that's my curiosity is, okay. I mean, in my mind, this place, while I personally find this to be a little bit much, obviously, wouldn't the rule of thumb be that, well, you just don't eat there, and you tell all your people, hey, they got fucking racist bullshit here. We're not going to eat here.
Well, that would be the infinite wisdom behind something like that.
But that's not that. This is going to where? Facebook?
Yeah, well, of course. I mean, we have to make a fuss about this.
Right.
What is up with the girl with the dolphins on her chest?
I'm done trying to figure out this fucking chat room tonight.
Look at the
I don't know what that is. I purposely saw it and didn't say anything. Hopefully you would too. I don't want to try and figure out what guy in their mind was like, you know what? I'm going to take this picture of this fucking runway model, and I'm going to change out her tits with dolphin heads.
Right.
How does that come into your brain?
I guess if you smoke a lot of weed.
Dude, I've smoked a lot of weed, and never once have I said, man, that chick would be so much hotter if she had dolphin tits. I've never done that.
She almost looks like Stephanie Seymour.
Part.
Yeah. All right. Let's get back to the story.
All right.
Let's see here. Blah, blah, blah. I have felt sick to my stomach and stressed out.
Oh, boy.
Since seeing that image on the table where I was planning to eat my food.
Yeah, because God knows I might be next. It's only been 115 years since that photo was taken.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anything on TV, in a magazine, on a billboard, anything that would make you sick to your stomach and stress you out?
I'm going to give you a fine example of why this is bullshit. About a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I went to the local hospital here to view and select some pictures that I may or may not still use in Little Victories, in Call Me Chris.
Okay.
They were pictures of myself.
Right.
Blown to shit. Fucking pictures of my hands where the fucking tendons were rolled back in my hands and the bones were all exposed. And where I was blown to fuck. And my head was swollen to about 3 times the size it normally would be, with fucking cracks in it from the skin ripping. Now, these are pictures of myself. And I didn't get sick to my stomach. I just was like, ooh, that's fucking brutal. And that was it. And if that didn't do it, some picture of some fucking Civil War type time is not going to do it.
Right.
That's nonsense.
Sure. Alan said she could not believe the image was being used so casually. Seeing a picture of 2 black men being lynched was the last thing I expected to see in what's supposed to be a family-friendly restaurant.
Okay, I'll agree with that point, that she believed it was supposed to be a family-friendly restaurant. But what says that isn't? Because she finds it offensive doesn't mean the next person won't. The next person might find it funny.
Or not even give it any thought at all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, look, there's a Civil War thing.
Yeah, cool.
Let's see here. Nakima Levy-Pounds, president of the Minneapolis NAACP,
right,
said the incident demonstrates that racism is still alive and well in this country.
Oh, yeah. Now we're getting into stupid vote.
Of course. Well, anytime you get the NAACP involved, it always goes to the stupid.
Yep. Now we're into Stupidville.
Right. It is sickening to know that some would make a mockery of a black man being savagely lynched.
Okay.
And then use the imagery for the decorative purposes in a restaurant.
Okay, I'm 100% behind that statement. I'm probably not behind the next statement that you're going to say, which is something to the effect of, that's why we're saying boycott this fucking place. Close them down.
Right. The Minneapolis NAACP is demanding an immediate public apology.
Eat a bag of shit.
By the corporate officials of Joe's Crab Shack, immediately remove any and all lynching and otherwise racially offensive imagery from its restaurants, and a donation to the local community-based organization that serves African-American youths and teenagers.
Who's making them go there?
Nobody.
Who's making them go there? Not a single person. They're not under any obligation to make you feel comfortable.
Well, isn't this akin to we demand reparations for being offended?
How about this? What about if you walk into it? Let's use bars as an example. Okay. If you go in the fucking hills of West Virginia to a country bar in the hills of West Virginia, is there anything in that bar that's that is welcoming to black people?
Well, not that I'm aware of.
In a country bar in West Virginia somewhere? Probably not, right?
No.
Okay, now let's go the other way. If you go to the inner city and you go into a bar that is playing nothing but hardcore rap, is there anything in there that is going to be inviting to a Caucasian person?
More than likely not.
So should they both be closed down?
No, because you can't be racist if you're black.
Oh, well, you do make a solid point there.
Only white people can be racist.
So the country bar should be closed down.
Correct.
But not the rap bar.
No.
We're just such a fucking stupid nation. You know, I wonder, you know, I'll say this. 15 years ago or something, black dudes, they knew how to take shit. You know, they knew how to fight back. You know what I mean? Now they've really just become a lot of pussies.
Sure.
All this crying. I'm not saying all of them, you know, because that's, you know, I never like to say all of anybody. I like to judge everybody individually. These individuals that whine about stupid shit like this are just stupid. Just don't visit the fucking place.
I agree.
You know, I mean, Joe's Crab Shack, I'm going to admit, this is pretty fucking dumb of them.
Yeah, I agree. It was not thought out, that's for sure.
It's just stupid. And should they get backlash for it? Absolutely they should. You know, truth be told, they should. They should get boycotted. If people, but the boycott should just be, don't go there. Because what you're doing now, with this being a story now, what you're doing is telling fucking racist white dudes, hey, here's a fucking place to eat. These guys laugh at niggers being hung. Right. You know, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
That would kind of signal that, yes.
Yeah, so believe me, there'll be a racist white guy run on their food. And in the end, does Joe's Crab Shack care who spends their money? Absolutely not. They just want your fucking money. You know, the best way you can ever fight anything that you don't believe in is just don't frequent the fucking stuff.
Don't go there.
You know, I mean, you don't like hip-hop. Is that fair assessment, Neeley?
True.
So how many hip-hop records have you bought in the last 30 years?
None at all.
So, amazingly, you took something you didn't like and you just eliminated it from your life.
Sure, and I don't attend hip-hop concerts either.
Right. But yet you're not out there when fucking Jay-Z announces a show and said, hey, you can't go to that show. I don't like it.
Right.
You're not doing that.
No.
You're saying, hey, go the fuck on.
But that's my white privilege that allows me to do that, though.
Is that what it is? It's your white privilege that allows that.
Yeah.
It's not the fact that you just don't bother yourself with things that bother you or annoy you or you just don't like.
No.
That's just your white privilege.
It is. because if I was anything but white, then I'd have an issue.
Oh, so it would be okay then.
Right.
People are just fucking so stupid.
David Catalano, the COO of Ignite Restaurant Group, Joe's Crab Shack's parent company, said the image was immediately removed.
Immediately.
And the company understands that the photo used at the Roseville restaurant was
offensive.
Perfect. We sincerely apologize to our guests who were disturbed by the image. And we look forward to continuing serving the Roseville community.
Sure you do. That place will be closed in 2 months.
Right.
Do you really think this was an accident? Here's the real question. Is this something that was done 20 years ago and just is still there?
Well, it just kind of reminds me of, do you remember the old subways? Remember how they used to have the old pictures of the actual, like, New York subway system?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? They used to have it embedded in the tables and everything.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Well, I'm thinking that maybe this might have been one of their older establishments.
Okay. And
I don't know this. I'm just speculating.
Right.
And they used that image, and it was embedded in the table like the old subways.
Maybe. I have a hard time believing that this never has been brought up until now. How did it go this long?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the answer. Again, I don't know where it came from, how long it's been there or anything, but apparently it became an issue.
Yeah. Well, hey, good. I hope Joe's Crab Shack gets closed down.
Yeah.
How dare they do something that some other people don't like?
Yeah, they're not good stewards of the community.
No, they're bad.
Bad people.
Yeah, pal.